Welcome, future SJSU Online students. Thank you for joining us this evening to find out more about your educational journey and how SJSU Online can be part of that. My name is Reuel Evangelista, and I am one of 3 enrollment counselors. We also have our director, Ray Piñate, our enrollment coordinator, Alexa Lopez. We're also joined by Carrie McKnight from our Career Center, and along with our program representatives that you'll be able to meet later during the breakout sessions. And lastly, we have Christopher Padua, your student ambassador, who's going to kind of share with you his online experience. Our other 2 awesome enrollment counselors are Isabella and Joanne, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joanne Young. I'm the enrollment counselor for the anthropology program, as well as the interdisciplinary studies, educational and community leadership program. A little bit about myself. I was actually a transfer student. So I went from the community college to the CSU system. And I do understand that transition into the CSU. So I'm looking forward to supporting you all in your own educational journey.
And I'm Isabella Aguilar. I am the enrollment counselor for our economics and business administration program. Similar to Joanne, I was a transfer student as well who started off at a community college, first generation college student, and actually had part of my own experience online due to the pandemic. So definitely understood very quickly the need for accessible online education. And I'm super excited to be here with you all this evening.
Awesome. Thank you, Isabella and Joanne. I forgot to mention that I am the enrollment counselor for the Information Science and Data Analytics program, or ISDA for short. So if you want any information about that program, please let me know. When I heard about SJSU Online, it reminds me of a student that I know that that would have benefited from this online modality. The student took them 13 years to get their degree. After the first year at San Jose State, the student was academically disqualified, because of neglect, no direction, and no motivation. And from there, Murphy's Law took over. The parents stopped paying for tuition. The student had to start working 2 to 3 jobs to pay for their own school. They attended 4 to 5 different colleges to improve their academic standing. And just when the student was about to return to San Jose State, the student started a family, had 3 kids, got married, and bought a home before they finally returning to graduating from San Jose State. Well, that student was me. I didn't have the SJSU Online option in my day, but Joanne, Isabella, and myself are going to share with you today what that online option may look like for you. There we go. Just some information about San Jose State. We are a 165-year-old institution, and we have earned some great achievements and accolades throughout the years that has made SJSU what it is today. U.S. News and World Report has ranked us number 3 best value among public universities, and we're also top university for business programs. Oops, sorry, skip there. But what we're most proud of is being the number 1 most transformative university, ranked by Money Magazine. And part of that achievement has been made possible by our Transformation 2030 campaign, which is paving the way for the future of our university. SJSU Online is proud and honored to be part of that campaign. We have specific goals and outcomes from this campaign, but the number 1 goal is to engage and educate. We are the first CSU campus to offer prospective online students a dedicated team to assist students. We will help them find the right program, assist in the application process, and guide them to the first day of classes. Your enrollment counselors will connect with each of you student one-on-one so we can understand their educational goals and plans. We will provide individualized support throughout the admissions process. And we want you to feel comfortable and confident heading into your first day of online classes. SJSU Online also has an academic support team to help students with registration, monitoring their progress, and creating a roadmap leading towards graduation. But at the end of the day, SJSU Online students will have the opportunity to complete the same bachelor's degree as if you're an SJSU on-campus student. You will have access to the same faculty, curriculum, and you will earn the degree from an accredited university while participating 100% online. I think that's kind of cool. So today we're going to provide you with an overview of SJSU Online. Joanne's going to talk about the programs, the admissions requirements. Isabella will share with you class schedules, when you can start, as well as tuition and financial aid. And then we'll hear from Carrie McKnight from our Career Center. And your student ambassador, Christopher Badua, will share his experience with SJSU Online. Lastly, we will provide you with a Zoom link to join one of our breakout rooms for your program of interest, where you can ask questions of your program representatives.
Thank you, Reuel, for just starting us off and sharing your own story. We actually launched our online modality last year, and we've been able to provide several wonderful degree completion programs that are, again, 100% online. Currently, we have 5. So the first is the Bachelor's of the Arts in Anthropology, and that goes into social, cultural, economic, and political parts of our society, both past and present. We also have a Bachelor's of the Arts in Economics, and that will allow you to study human behaviors, markets, organizations, and other aspects of social life. We offer a Bachelor's of the Arts in the Interdisciplinary Studies, Educational, and Community Leadership program, and that has a built-in social justice lens to help students advocate for themselves, students, and others within the educational community. We also offer a Bachelor's of Science in the Information Science and Data Analytics program, and that helps students build connections between data, technology, and understanding how people with diverse backgrounds and cultures interact with each other within a technological context. Lastly, we also offer a Bachelor's of Science in the Business Administration program, and students will be able to understand business fundamentals and perspectives to effectively lead and manage teams, divisions, and companies to achieve an organization's mission and goals. Now, these are exciting programs. So if you're not sure which program's right for you, or if there's a program that you're interested in right now, but it's not looking to be available at the moment, then please just connect with our team. We're more than happy to work with you to give you more details and to help you explore what your options are. But with that being said, we can go into the admissions requirements. And we follow the CSU guidelines when it comes to admissions. We would be looking for whether students have 60 transferable units, if students have a 2.0 GPA or higher, and then the completion of the Golden 4, which is listed on this slide here. But please also note that in addition to the general requirements, that each program may have its own specific requirements. So either reach out to Isabella, Reuel, or myself for more information. Lastly, we've connected with students at different stages in their education. So regardless of which stage you're at, we're here to support you. We can provide unofficial reviews to help you just prepare for the application and make sure you're set to submit your application too. But with that being said, I will pass it over to Isabella to go over the schedule for the programs.
Yeah, Joanne, thank you so much for going over what programs are available and also what's needed to get started with us. In our conversations with students, we've recognized that there are other important topics of conversation as well, and those are surrounding the time, structure, and also the cost of this program. I am excited to share with you that we do operate on a semester structure and have A sessions and B sessions. Each session is about 8 weeks long, and students are taking 1 to 2 classes every 2 months, which is the equivalent of taking 2 to 4 classes per semester. This flexible class format has allowed our students to not just focus on their courses in depth, but continuously see themselves striving and making progress towards their degree, while also being able to manage other life responsibilities. Some of the ways that this is being done is by offering both asynchronous and synchronous class instruction. Now, this will vary depending on your program, so I do encourage you to get connected with your enrollment counselor to discuss what this might look like for you. With that being said, we can move on to the available opportunities to start. We traditionally have 3 available times and accept applications on a rolling admissions basis. So those are in the fall, spring, and summer semester. As of right now, we currently have the fall application open, and that'll remain open through July 15th. The available start dates may also vary from program to program. With that being said, we also recognize that our students are more than just students and want to help you in determining the best time to start. We will work with your timeline. So again, just feel free to get connected with us so we can plan that out for a successful start. I do want to go into the costs of the program as well. Yeah, we will take questions at the end.
Got it.
Thank you. Now we can move on to the financial aid component. The tuition rates are also dependent on the program as well and the number of classes our students are taking per semester. So the annual cost range for our students can be around $6,750 to $14,850 per year. This is also before any financial assistance. Those financial options available to students may vary, so we can encourage, or we do encourage our students to complete the free application for federal student aid for the current or upcoming academic year. Doing so can open up some opportunities such as the federal Pell Grant, federal student loans, the Cal Grant, and there are SJSU scholarships available as well during certain periods. The financial aid department will be your best resource in providing more information about what financial assistance can be available to you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Isabella, for going over the time structure and cost of the program. Now, to get you all started, you will need to submit an application through Cal State Apply. As a CSU, we do require that an application is completed for admissions considerations. And if you've completed this application before, then great. But for those of you who haven't, that's okay. We did just want to let you all know that we're here to support you to make sure that you're prepared for the application. And if you do have any questions, please contact Isabella, Reuel, or myself. With that, I'll just go ahead and pass that over to Carrie McKnight.
Great. Thank you, Joanne. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Again, my name is Carrie. I'm one of the career counselors in the SJSU Career Center, and I'm here just to give you a brief overview of the types of services and resources and events that the Career Center offers to our students. So first off, what does a Career Center do? We're here to help our students with career development, career planning during your time with us and beyond. You still have access to career services 1 year after graduation. And so here are some of the things that we assist students with. We can help you explore career options, a connection between your major and your career. We help students search for jobs and internships. We work with students to develop resumes, cover letters, LinkedIn profiles. We help students with interviewing prep, developing a professional network, doing things like developing a personal brand. If you're thinking about maybe graduate school beyond your bachelor's degree, we can help you research graduate schools and think about graduate school options. So we work with our students in many different ways to support you in your career development. Next slide. Next slide. Thank you. So here's the ways that we assist our students. We offer various options to work with students either individually, in groups, and we also help connect our students to employers, companies, and organizations. So we have virtual one-on-one appointments, career counseling appointments available to students where you can meet with us to talk about your career goals, your career plans, helping you think about if you want to do an internship or working on your resume. You could work with our counseling staff individually. We also support our students through groups and workshops. So every semester throughout the academic year, we have several different types of programs and workshops on different topics like helping you with developing your network or helping you get ready for job interviews or helping you think about strategies to find an internship or a job. Those are all virtual workshops provided for our students. And then we also connect our students with employers, companies, and organizations in the San Francisco Bay Area and beyond. And we're very lucky. We have very strong employer partnerships here through the Career Center. We offer virtual sessions, employer information sessions. We also offer virtual and in-person job fairs, plus many other employer-related events. You are welcome as an online student to come to our in-person job fairs if you're here in the local area or happen to be visiting here in the San Jose area. So again, we have many different ways that we assist our students with job search and career development. And last slide. And finally, I just want to take a moment here to tell you a little bit about some of the online tools we offer to students. These are our career apps. websites that we subscribe to help support students. So we have SJSU Handshake, which is our job board where students can look for jobs and internships. These are jobs and internships that employers post specifically looking for SJSU students. Also on Handshake, you can find out about all of our events, job fairs, networking events, workshops that I mentioned through that platform. We also have a really exciting platform called SJSU Squared Mentoring and Meetups. And this is where students can connect with our alumni for networking, informational interviewing, mentoring. We have a very strong alumni support through that platform. And we also have a site called Focus 2, where students could do assessments like personality assessments or interest inventories, and also research career options, make that connection again between their major and careers and occupations. We have a site called VMOC, where students can upload their resume to get instant feedback on their resume. And you can also, again, meet with us individually to work on things like your resume or LinkedIn profile, for example. And finally, we have a site called Big Interview, where students can do mock interviews, recordings of themselves through a platform, also watch videos to get tips on interviewing and read curriculum on interviewing through that website. So we have a lot of different online resources available to students, plus ability to meet with career counselors in person, virtually, and attend many of our events. And I believe Alexa is going to put in chat a link tree to the Career Center where you can check out our website. You can also connect to us through our social media to find out what we have coming up for the fall semester. And again, thank you for being here with us this evening.
All right, thank you, Carrie. Next, we'll have Christopher share his experience while he's going through our SJSU Online programs.
Absolutely. So thank you, Reuel. So we all heard from the lovely Carrie McKnight talking about preparing for the future in terms of career exploration and mentoring, resume workshopping, and networking. So, they want to make sure that you have somewhere to land after you've taken the leap beyond graduation. Well, I'm here to speak about what happened when you're still flying high in your plane, getting your online degree with SJSU Online. So I'm going to go into like my little brief background, and kind of just like Reuel, my story was far from linear. One thing I should note is that I actually initially enrolled into SJSU as an English major, then kind of shoveled into forensic science. Now, of course, there aren't many transferable skills with that too, but I found a way. And that actually ultimately wasn't the major I stuck with, because with English, you're writing, you're communicating. With forensic science, you're communicating and doing a lot of science in a team. But ultimately, I found my true calling was in the SJSU online course pertaining to educational and community leadership. So I haven't looked since. So yes, you could absolutely say that I know a thing or two about bouncing around until finding the right place for me. So breaking down my overall experience with SJSU kind of centers around three important words. One, transformative; two, flexibility; and three, communication. You are constantly in communication between classmates and professors. And so, that may take the form of going to office hours on Zoom, or for classmates, that may be within discussion groups or making side group chats that, you kind of run by yourself and with other students to make sure that you all finish a project. And so I want to do a quick little side story about a project group that I was found myself in. So obviously with SJSU Online, you primarily just stick to your room or computer or laptop, and you're in your own place. Well, this one time I was in a Zoom room with a classmate of mine, Lewis, and for some reason, I'd always noticed that Lewis had this weird boxy thing behind him. I never knew really what it was. And so because we were placed in a breakout room, and because it was just me, him, and another student, I actually asked him what that thing was, and lo and behold, it was actually a arcade cabinet on a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. And so I mentioned this because we actually went on a lovely little talk after that, and then we extended it beyond the classroom. So just want to reiterate that absolutely friendships are still possible, and you could still be able to interact and kind of showcase, your own personality and meet new wonderful people. And so going back to transformative and how, it is within the SJSU Online system, many transferable skills that going to the next few years will be absolutely vital, like skills that stem from communication, like how to network with, the previously mentioned professors and students, to how to make full use of a Zoom room like we're doing right now. Those will absolutely be things that will help you kind of hone in your own leadership skills and kind of set you on your path. On a kind of regular day-to-day basis, being an SJSU online student, it can look as something daring as, oh, I have to finish all projects or all midterms on one day, or actually can decide to kind of spread them out. And one thing I love doing is, honestly, I have this thing called bare minimum Mondays where I only assign myself 5 tasks. And after I do those 5 tasks, I kind of just let my day kind of play out itself, whether I just do laundry or whether I kind of just catch up on my favorite show. So it is super flexible. And yes, the rest of the week can be as spread out or as condensed as you want it, making sure that you attend your synchronous or asynchronous classes and being very mindful of when assignments are due on either Friday or Sunday. So real quickly, going to things that I wish I knew beforehand, I absolutely need you all to know that you are still able to attend events on campus if you happen to be in the area. There's this lovely event called Fire at the Fountain, which is kind of like this kind of mini festival where there are dancing performances for singers and kind of fun little free booths. Other things that happen in the student union are like a Marvel trivia night or a karaoke night that was done not too long ago. So lots of fun to be had, even though you're an SJSU online student. Being able to kind of be in the area or kind of go and see what kind of online activities is absolutely something you need to know you can do. And so on that topic of making sure that you know what is out there, there are also a lot of clubs on campus that have a huge online community. For me in particular, I'm a huge video gamer, and so I joined the Spartan Star League gaming club. But also in my sweet little tender side, I am a part of a journal squad called the SJSU Journal Squad, where they have a cute little Discord community. So making sure that you are still able to make time socially and being able to meet and make new friends while having those long-lasting friendships is still absolutely possible. Going down to our last point about general tips, we also want to make sure that you understand that you still have so many resources available within professors, friends, and just the wider campus in general. So one important thing that I always like to promote is the fact that we still have access to the CAP Center, which stands for the Counseling and Psychology Services. And that's kind of there for, when things get hard, you can always kind of go inside there and schedule a Zoom meeting just to make sure that, if you do want to talk about anything, whether that's at the academics or personal, there is someone that you can talk to. Other stuff that I also do want to mention is that office hours with professors become insanely important, especially when you're confused or when you kind of need some clarification on a due date or an extension. So we understand that in the SJSU Online community that you are probably working or have kids and have a lot in your individual orbits, but as long as you tell them ahead of time, they can be just as flexible as you. And so the last thing I want to mention is that this quote really kind of defines my time as an SJSU Online student. And that is, you really get back what you put in. So whether you really want to just stick to your classes and attend them, or kind of be more engaged and really get to know your classmates as best as you can absolutely make that work. And so all that being said, I thank you for letting me talk, and it goes back to you, Reuel.
All right. Thank you, Chris. And thank you everyone for all the information that we provided you today. As you see on the screen here, this is just the contact information for us. If you'd like to meet with us, Alexa will drop our Google Calendar in the chat room so you can schedule a one-on-one appointment with us. But now at this time, we're going to drop the Zoom links in the chat rooms. And that way you'll be able to connect with our program representatives and ask more questions specifically about the program.